Are we recording? Oh my. Well, hey, it is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day from your boy, Lex Anderson, to you guys and girls of the YouTube community. And in case you don't know where you are, Situation Corner, Lex Anderson, Sports Opinion Log. Greetings and salutations, YouTube community. Once again, happy Valentine's Day, and how fitting that we start with who do you love? Because who do you guys and girls love? I know one name that I love, and it's that fact that this video is sponsored by my hair company at celebrityhaircore.com. Check us out online at celebrityhaircore.com and follow us on Twitter at celebhaircore for our special social media promo prices. And you know what? If there's anyone out there who doesn't love you, let me count the ways. Tony Braxton, your boy, Lex Anderson, roses for the ladies out there that didn't get any, which would be really a shame because they're at Whole Foods, 2 dozen roses for $25, and you really can't beat that. But the baby's breath was an extra $5, which I brought to spruce it up. And of course, you know, being a sports fan that I am, I had to break it off and put some in my Yankee cup. And you know, spring training is finally here, but we're not going to get into that because I don't do spring training. I only do opening day. So we'll talk about baseball unless something crazy goes on. I do have to acknowledge though that Yu Darvish was insulted by the Yankees offer though of $100 million. He goes to the Chicago Cubs for $126 million. Best of luck with that, loser, because when I last checked, 2 starts in the World Series, you didn't even get past the 2nd inning. So yeah, let him be the waste of some other team's money. Yankees were looking good, doing good, but let's see what goes down on opening day. So I know who I love. I love North Carolina all day, every day. The trifecta was completed. 3 games, 5 days, and we completed it. We manhandled Notre Dame. It looked to be close, but in the second half, when you're a true blue diehard fan, you know that only one thing is going to happen, and that's Joel Berry is going to lead the way him and Pinson and, of course, Luke May did. Final score on that, 83-66. But you know what? Your boy Lex Anderson has a confession to make. I have to get more well-rounded with the other college teams that are out there because soon, it is Valentine's Day today. But March Madness will be upon us soon. And before we enter March Madness, we have the NBA All-Star Game. It's right around the corner. WWE Elimination Chamber. For the first time ever, there will be a women's Elimination Chamber match. Alexa Bliss defending the WWE Championship. It's going to be crazy.
I couldn't find any linked video skills that can find that.
That's okay, I didn't ask you anything. I just said your name. But back to All-Stars. Real quick. New look Cavaliers. Perfect 2-0. They stomp out the Celtics. They humiliate Oklahoma City in their house. Final score 120-112. And you know, here's the issue, right? Which I've been bashing pretty much OKC this entire season because their record doesn't speak volumes about the projections that I thought that they would be. I didn't see the game, honestly. I lived off the highlights. And what I saw was LeBron dropping 17 points in the 3rd quarter, 14 in a row. And, you know, this is what defines a superstar from an all-star. I've said it once. I've said it before. I'll continue to say it. This is the Sports Opinion Log, right? Which you could also follow on Facebook. You'll find me there. And my group. I'm there. And I say it time and time again. He owns Melo. Carmelo Anthony's entire career, he's been owned by LeBron. Paul George, yeah, remember that? Remember what happened last year in the playoffs? The perfect sweep? 4 losses, 0 victories. LeBron hands him the broom, or more like utilizes the broom and sweeps them out the first round. Come on, man. 2 all-stars can't knock off 1 superstar. LeBron and his new teammates, I think it's going to be a perfect fit. I see him getting back to the finals because the Wizards don't have nothing going on unless you want to count John Wall and Gortat engaging in some whack-ass Twitter beef exchange. And those two are teammates, by the way. John Wall, like I said, he's petty. He's not all that. And he's definitely not worth the $173 million that was bestowed upon him by the Wizards when they still don't have a bench to do anything. But the most impressive part about the Cavs' win was that LeBron got to rest on the bench and his teammates held it down. People can say what they want, but I'm going to continue to say the same thing I've been saying before. We are all witnesses to the greatness of LeBron, because if he can bring this team together and bring them to the conference finals and eventually the finals, well, clearly they're not going to beat the Golden State Warriors. Go figure. But it speaks to his skill set and his ability as a player, the knowledge that he possesses to truly make his teammates aware of what's going on and where they need to be. So, we'll see. 2-0, this is the honeymoon stage. Let's see what happens after All-Star and when we really get to the meat of the NBA schedule to see what these guys, these extra teammates, Clarkson, Larry Nance, they're doing their thing. But let's see what they're really worth post All-Star break, because that's when the strippers, who are down there for the All-Star weekend will be packing up their bags and boots and heels and their cash and be going back to wherever they came from. And that's when the corporate sponsors go back to the working world. Of course, being thankful to the NBA for the corporate give out of the NBA All-Star Game, which, like I said before, is a corporate sponsorship thank you. It's not for you guys and girls, the fan. If you don't believe me, or the casual fan, check out the ticket prices online just to attend the Saturday events. For the price of a Saturday ticket, you could buy a new TV, have catering, and buy new furniture to invite your friends over to watch the festivities on Saturday and Sunday. Okay, and speaking of festivities and LeBron's greatness, I'm going to take a quick minute to talk about what had happened last night about Kerr letting his players take the helm of calling some coaching plays. This is not a tragedy. This is not a travesty. This isn't mocking of another team. Don't believe what the other sports network will tell you. It's Black History Month. We should be happy that a white man is letting African American players draw plays for their team. What's to really criticize? This shows the depth of knowledge that today's current player has, where the coach, looking to break up the monotony of a regular season, lets them call plays. It's not like they lost. They pretty much stomped out the Suns. It was a blowout. I can only imagine what kind of plays were being called. The plays were probably going like this. X, you run here, nail threes, let's blow these suckers out because the Suns don't have anything to offer anyway. It's not like Steve Kerr did this during a playoff postseason game, right? Regular season, middle of the week, not even a primetime game. No one should really care. It's not like he's doing it with the stakes are high and he's like, hey, Shaun Livingston, run some plays. Game 1 of the playoffs. And for God's sake, I believe, again, I caught the highlights. So I believe it was the third or the fourth quarter. The game was pretty much out of hand anyway. What do you guys and girls want out there? Like, social media is just picking everything apart. Let's enjoy the relaxing moments. Again, we're heading into All-Star weekend. This is when you want to kick back and relax. If you have a losing streak, you want to break it. If you want to have a winning streak, you want to keep going strong. And from when I last checked, the Warriors are still going strong. And speaking of going strong, there's talk about how the Rockets 2-1 regular season game, throw it out the window. If I had a window right here, I would throw that analysis out the window because the postseason is a totally different animal. Again, don't be brainwashed by social media and what you see on TV to believe that the Rockets own the Warriors. That's like such nonsense. The Warriors with Chris Paul, again, who's never been to a conference final. James Harden, the beard, who shrinks in big game moments in the playoffs. Please, call me when the playoffs start, because the Houston Rockets haven't proven anything to me. And please, folks, don't be fooled. they have proven nothing to you either. Until you actually hear the words, the Houston Rockets are going to the NBA Western Conference Finals, don't believe it. And speaking of believing Western Conference Finals, a quick shout out to Coach Popovich. Yes, representing Laker Nation LA all day 24/7 with the words of wisdom that America needs to acknowledge the accomplishments of African Americans because it is indeed a racist country. But thank you for acknowledging us on Black History Month that America is racist. Because, hey, look at the NBA as an example. How many African American men own teams? Just one, I believe, Michael Jordan, when I last checked. And yeah, so, we still have a ways to go. Players are definitely being paid more than ever. We've already crossed the $200 million threshold on paychecks. Curry, Harden. So, we still need more African American men in the areas of coaching, general managers, and hopefully one day in a more prominent fashion, owners. But, there's something I would like to say about that, but I'll leave that for another video. What I am going to do, though, is let you know that to stay in the know on the Sports Opinion Log, you can subscribe right now. Just make the commitment. Press the subscribe button right there to your right. Come back, drop a thumbs up, type in a comment below, or even better yet, share the video. Share with your girlfriend, share with your guy friends, share while you're at the bar, watching sports. That's what I do. Well, no, actually, I just watch sports from home. But real quick, Winter Olympics shout out to Shaun White, living legend, captures gold with a comeback, come from behind display to earn points of 97.75 over Japan's Yumu Hirano. Thank goodness, that's the power of social media and Snapchat. When I was getting ready for work around 6 a.m., I'm scrolling through my Snapchat stories and I see Shaun White captures gold, and I'm like, let me press on this and check it out. And it was definitely an amazing sight. He becomes the first American male to win gold 3 times in the Winter Games. Previous years, 2010 and 2016, excuse me. Many years ago, when I was watching the ESPN highlights of Shaun White on the half pipe, I was like, this young man, that's natural God-given talent right there. And I remember one time during the X Games, actually, he comes off the break, just starting his run, and he skies in the air and it's like he glided up to the marker that said 10. And I'm like, how do you gain traction to shoot out and immediately you hit like the 10-foot thing? So special shout out, a tip of the cap to you, Shaun White. You're doing your thing. Hashtag living legend, man. Like, there's no other way to describe it, honestly. So good for him. He's let the and it was a comeback win. That guy from Japan, the ways of the samurai. He should fall on his sword because he could have maintained his lead, but, based on what I saw on Snapchat, he took a spill. You've got to be better than that. You've got to have the mental fortitude, the mental mettle to get that gold medal at the end of the day, and that's what it's all about. Thank you once again, guys and girls, for the view. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody. I would grab a rose to give you, but they got thorns, and I'm not trying to, bleed on this Valentine's Day. But a pop of the collar. This is your boy Lex Anderson. I'm signing out.